Once upon a time in London lived a 16-year-old girl named Emily Parker. She came from an incredibly wealthy family. Her father owned major companies, and her mother was a famous fashion designer. Emily's life was a fairy tale. She lived in a mansion with shiny floors, golden decorations, and a garden bursting with roses. She had designer clothes, the latest phone, and anything she could ever wish for. Emily was also a star at her school. Everyone knew her name. She had a massive following on social media, and people idolized her style. But beneath this perfect surface, Emily was deeply ungrateful. The words "thank you" were foreign to her. She complained about everything. If her breakfast wasn't piping hot, she'd yell at the staff. If her father gifted her a brand new car, her response would be, "But this isn't the color I wanted." She never prayed and constantly compared her lavish life to those who were even wealthier, always feeling she deserved more. One afternoon, Emily went on a shopping spree with her friends. They laughed and spent lavishly. But on their way back, a violent storm erupted. The wind howled, the sky turned black, and Emily's car broke down on a quiet road. Her friends called their parents for a ride, but a stubborn Emily decided to walk home alone. Shivering in the cold rain, completely miserable, she passed a small, old house. Through the window, she saw a poor family gathered together. A mother, a father, and two small children. They had very little to eat, just a small loaf of bread on the table, but they were smiling, laughing, and thanking God for their meal. Emily froze, stunned. She had everything, yet happiness was a stranger to her. This family had next to nothing, yet they were filled with joy and gratitude. A strange feeling stirred in her heart, but she brushed it off and continued walking. Then, disaster struck. The road was slick with rain, and Emily slipped, falling hard and hitting her head. When she awoke, she was in a hospital bed, her parents looking down at her with worried faces. The doctor explained that the fall had caused temporary amnesia. She couldn't remember her name, her home, her school, nothing. Her parents took her back to the mansion. But to Emily, it was a strange and unfamiliar place. She didn't know how to use her expensive gadgets. She didn't care for her designer clothes, and she felt utterly helpless. For the first time in her life, Emily experienced true vulnerability. During this time, she began to see things she always ignored. The deep love in her parents' eyes, the hard work of the staff who cared for her, and the struggles of people on the streets. The image of that happy, poor family kept replaying in her mind. Slowly, her heart began to soften. Every night, Emily would quietly pray. Even if she couldn't remember the right words, she started saying, "Thank you for the simple things, the food she ate, the warm bed she slept in, and the love she was shown." After a few weeks, her memories started to return. But Emily was not the same person. She now saw her ungratefulness as a lesson, a way for her to forget everything just to see the truth. From that day on, Emily transformed. She treated everyone with kindness, expressed her gratitude often, and never complained. She started visiting families in need, providing them with food and clothing. She became humble, polite, and genuinely happy. Her friends were astonished by the change, and her parents were immensely proud. Most importantly, Emily felt a deep, true happiness in her heart. For the very first time, she realized that gratitude is what makes life beautiful. Emily went on to live a long, joyful life, not because of her wealth, but because she had discovered the priceless treasure of a grateful heart. The moral of the story is simple. Being ungrateful can blind us to the blessings we already have. But when we learn to appreciate what we're given, our hearts find peace, and our lives are truly changed. Thanks so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that inspires. See you next time.